Hey folks, how you doing? This is Wayne S. Pierce for the American Liberty Radio Network, 22nd of June, 2017. How are you? Hey, next week things are changing up a little bit around here. I've decided to change a few things around. Yes. My podcasts may be at night. Well, actually, no, they will be at night. Later on in the day. I may record them a day before. I don't know yet. But they are changing around. The programming is changing around a little bit, but you'll still get, the information that you need to know what's going on. But, yeah, so the network's changing a little bit. In July, I think, I don't know yet, depending. I don't know yet. But in July, I may have a nightly show live. So, I may have a nightly show live every night, unless I'm doing other things out and about in town, such as theater at Nova Center for the Performing Arts. And a lot of things are going to change for the network. Life has life in general has a tendency to throw you a couple of curveballs, and you're like sitting there going, well, those two went in the strike zone. And then the third time, everything's fine. And you hit the ball and you're running around the bases and you're fine. That's what happened. Basically, I'm using a baseball metaphor, so challenges in life are they're there. I mean, they're they're there, but you just swing and hit that ball out of the park. And you make it yours, and you make that time that you have. You take that challenge and say, okay, I got this. And you go from there, and it works out. Maybe not the way you planned it, but yeah, it's probably going to be a lot better than the way you planned it. I'm sure. Okay. Lots of other things are going on in life. Just want to give you a show note. No, sorry, no live YouTube or Facebook broadcast today. So a lot of things going on in life. A lot of things happening, a lot of things changing around. Personally, keeping this going is just an absolute, wondrous thing for me to do. And if you guys are willing to help out, there's still going to be information flowing to you. So whatever you can do to help. If you want to advertise on the network, please do. I mean, that's very important because about 95% of the plays and listens that I get for this particular network come from right here in Billings, Montana. About 95%. So I'm good because I'm being listened to. That just makes me incredibly happy. But advertising for the local area is something that is lacking at this point. So if you are in the local area, Laurel and Lockwood and Billings and all of that, and you want, to be on an internet radio show and have your, ads on this network, please consider it. All you got to do is go to AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com and look at all the information right there. And it's all right there. Plus, if you don't want to advertise, yeah, you got that choice too. Just become a patron, drop $1 in the kitty, and help me keep the lights on around here. And, it's all for you. So, it's a win-win situation if you advertise on the network because you got 95% of the people that listen to this show are right here in Billings. So that's cool. So anyway, If you have any questions, of course, you can ask me at American Liberty Radio at USA.com. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. Let's get on to the news, shall we? Oh, yeah. I love my coffee. Like I said, things are changing. I usually record these podcasts in the morning, but next week I'm going to start doing them at night. You know, it frees up my day to do, what I got to do. And, I figure, well, that's going to take a lot of stress off of me, even though I got to go do what I got to do during the day. And so at night, I'm relaxed. I'm not so, I don't know. I'm more relaxed at night. So I can really delve into a lot of the stuff that I wanted to, that I can't get to during, when I record these podcasts, in the morning or later in the morning. And so at night I can probably do 2 hours of a podcast or a live broadcast, which of course I'm planning on doing in the daily, nightly live broadcast, and going from there. And literally at night I'm more relaxed. I don't know. I just am. So anyway. Anyway, let's go to, first of all, let me open up my Facebook and let me open up something else and get to the news. Shall I? Yes, I shall. Hey, if any advertisers out there in the local area around Billings, Lockford, Laurel, if there's anybody that needs some advertising, voiceovers for your advertising, let me know, man. I do voiceovers. So, let me know. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. Just lots of stuff going on. 22nd June 2017. Steve Watson, Infowars.com. Trump. Russia conspiracy is a, quote, big dim scam and excuse for losing the election, unquote. The President of the United States asks, quote, if collusion took place, why didn't Obama stop it? Unquote. That's a good question. The President once again addressed conspiracy theories about Russian interference in the U.S. election that are still being pushed by the liberal mainstream media by asking a simple question. Quote, if it's true, why didn't Obama stop it? Unquote. Trump took to Twitter Thursday and sent out the following message. By the way, if Russia was working so hard in the 2016 election, it all took place during the Obama administration. Why didn't he stop them? It's a valid question given that the main crux of the theory stems from the surveillance of foreign officials conducted by the intelligence community under the former president. Trump's campaign officials were allegedly unmasked in analysis of wiretapping by, among others, former Attorney General Susan Rice. So the official line, if you believe the Russian collusion did happen, no evidence has been made public, is that the Obama administration had knowledge of what was going on. Trump sent out the tweet after commenting on congressional testimony from former Homeland Security Jay Johnson, who told the House Intelligence Committee that he does not have any evidence to back up the collusion theory. Quote, not beyond what has been out there open source and not beyond anything that I'm sure this committee has already seen and heard before directly from the intelligence community, unquote, Johnson said. Quote, so anything I'd have on that is derivative of what the intelligence community has and the law enforcement community, unquote, he added. Trump later brought up the fact that the Democratic National Committee turned down an offer from Homeland Security, quote, to protect against hacks, unquote, prior to the election. The president called the entire scenario, quote, a big damn hoax and a, quote, scam excuse for losing the election, unquote. I'm going to put the rest of that. There's a bunch of tweets from President Trump. Put that on the American Liberty Radio podcast. On Facebook. It's all a scam, folks. The Democrats, and I'm just going to say this, the Republicans are at fault too. So I'm just going to say this. The Progressive Party, which, consists of both those parties, the Progressive Party is out to get Trump because he's doing everything right. He's cleaning the swamp. He's cutting, expenditures here and there. He's a businessman. He knows how to do this, and he's going to do it right, and he's going to make it better. Now, is he going to last in this in his first term? Oh, I'm sure he will. Is he going to run for a second term? I don't know. 2020 is not here yet. That's 3.5 years away. So, I'm not. It's, I don't know. So, it's just, it really bothers me to no end that people are actually calling for President Trump's head. You know what I mean? It just really bothers me. And I'm going to point these people out. It's the Democrats, period. It's just, that's it. It's bottom line. It's the Democrats, it's the progressives, it's some of the Republicans. The Republicans have turned on Trump. Can you believe that? Jamie White, Infowars.com. Obama's DHS head admits Russia did not rig U.S. election. Under oath, Jay Johnson also admits Dem lack credible evidence for their narrative. There you go. The Russian government did not interfere with or alter votes in the 2016 election, said former Department of Homeland Security Secretary Jay Johnson under oath. There you go. That's going up on American Liberty Radio podcast. So, all you folks out there that think, the Russians did it, you shut your damn mouth because you're dumber than dirt, okay? I know I'm harsh. I know I get in your face. I know it's hard to listen to me sometimes. I know it's difficult. But I tell you the truth and I give you the facts. I tell you the truth and I give you the facts. And it's right there in your face. And I don't really give one rip what you think about those things I say. Now, if you, can care less about me, hey, there's the door. Bye. Have a nice day. But the thing is that I'm going to give you the truth based on facts. And that's the way it's going to be. And if you're going to sit there in front of your computer or on your iPad or on your iPhone listening to this, and you don't like it, go find something you like. Because, you're going to get the truth and the facts. That's just the way it is. You can get those apps on your iPhone or Android at Spreaker.com. Just scroll on down and the apps are there. Have we not learned our lesson? I mean, look back in history. Examine history for a moment. Have we not learned our lesson about progressives? President Woodrow Wilson was running under the one of the banners of one of the two parties dominant in the U.S. I don't remember which one at this point, but he was a socialist, and he literally screwed the United States of America. Everybody says that President Ulysses S. Grant was the worst president. No, I think there's a tie for first place. Ulysses S. Grant, President Woodrow Wilson, and President Barack Obama. And I believe Jimmy Carter's in there somewhere, but he's cruising around second place. But the fact of the matter is, we've got to look at history. We've got to look at what's out there, and we have to examine everything that's out there. Okay? Everything. And we have to ask ourselves the toughest questions that nobody else will ask. I mean, if you're the type of person like I am, you can ask me anything. I don't care how tough it is. I don't care how, just how strange the question is put. I don't care. I will eventually answer the question. But you have to ask me to know. You know, I mean that's as simple as it gets. How are you going to know if you don't ask? You know what I mean? So when you look at current, system, current things going on in our system, just check history. It's been done before. But we are a resilient people, and history will show that. History will show that we are sick and tired of any progressive, Marxist, communist type of philosophy or government in the United States, or anyone trying to build that type of government in the United States. We, the people, aren't going to put up with it. Well, we have some pansy-ass, whiny millennial snowflakes out there that don't care, and they want free stuff, but they can get off their ass and go to work, and I don't give a crap what they want. If they want free stuff, go to, China, go to Russia, go to Venezuela. Yeah, go to Venezuela. You ain't going to get crap. You're going to try to survive each and every day. And these things in history have shown us how resilient the United States, the citizens of the United States are. We are a resilient bunch. We are tougher than nails, man, I'm telling you. And we'll get through this. But we're going to have a dramatic change, I would say, by 2024. I'll be in retirement age at that point. But no, I'm going to be good. My feet are on the ground, and I'm going to, be grateful for life just as I am today. But I have a distinct feeling, and I could be wrong, I could be overlooking something, but I have a distinct feeling that the Democratic Party is going to be revamped. From my perspective, I'll just say this. The Democrats and the Republicans, who are more progressive than the conservatives that are out there, why don't they just combine their efforts, just forget their, their political affiliations, their party affiliations, and just come together and create a whole new party called the American Progressive Party. Because that's what they are. They are Marxist at root. Their philosophies are Saul Alinsky and Cloward and Piven. And why don't they just come together and just kiss and make up and create their own damn party? And, so that we, the people, can actually see the faces of the enemy that we don't like. Because we know who they are behind the curtain. We know their names. We just want to see their faces. That way we can put them on wanted posters all over town so we can have their asses arrested for treason. For treasonous acts against humanity. Why not? I mean, that's harsh. I know that. Because I'll tell you this. Back in the Civil War, back in the War of Independence, if anybody deserted and went off and just, left their post and ran away and they got caught, they'd get shot or hung. It's just the way it is. It wasn't vigilante justice. It was justice per military. You ran away you deserted your post. You committed treason against the United States of America. Should we execute all treasonous politicians? I don't know. But the man-made laws in the United States certainly have, subsections that would accommodate for that, don't they? And I say that because I'm thinking about how the insane laws that we have. How can we take a 14-year-old kid who accidentally shot or maybe shot someone? How can we take that 14-year-old child and try them as an adult? They did. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? So if on the opposite end of that scale, if we have treasonous, if we have congressmen and politicians acting in a treasonous way against the citizens of the United States of America, don't you think that justice should be done immediately? And I'm not saying going out and killing them. No, what I'm saying is use the law, the rule of law of the Constitution of the United States of America prior to 1871. Use that to put these people in prison. I'm not calling for a coup. I'm calling for do that which is right by the rule of law of the Constitution of the United States prior to 1871. And if you don't want to go that far, how about, reining that in a little bit? How about firing all the lobbyists and the special interest groups in Washington, D.C.? How's the country going to get run? By people. You and I. I've said it before, I'll say it again, and it's true. We need to repeal the Act of 1871, the Federal Reserve Act, and the Internal Revenue Act. We need to just repeal those immediately. Right now, today, 22nd of June, 2017. We need to get rid of them. You want this country to prosper and to increase its profitability and credibility throughout the world within the next 18 to 24 months, I guarantee you get rid, and you folks out there that are crunching the numbers, you tell me if I'm wrong on this, please. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. Tell me I'm wrong on this. American Liberty Radio podcast on Facebook. If you took and repealed the Act of 1871, the Federal Reserve Act, and the Internal Revenue Act, and gave the states the power to create and innovate, or have the innovation, have the resources to create what they need to sustain themselves. If you gave them that, or if you allowed them to continue to do that, if they're doing that already, within at least 2 years, the credibility and the profitability of the United States of America would increase 30, 40, 50% than what it is today? And within a 5-year plan, you're looking at a good 60 to 70% increase in profitability and credibility in the rest of the world if you got rid of those three things? I know there's people out there that crunch the numbers all day long. I know there's people that enjoy doing that. So crunch the numbers for me and give me the comparison and send that to me. You can either send me the link or whatever you want to do. You can go to American Liberty Radio Podcasts on Facebook and send me that, or email me at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. Thank you. Appreciate that. I want to know. I truly want to know. So send that to me. So, let's move on. Excuse me. Oregon adds third gender option to driver's license and state IDs. Excuse me, there's only two genders, male and female, period. End of sentence, done. Not even going to read that. That's just complete, it says Oregonians now can declare themselves non-binary gender. I'm not male or female, even though I got male parts. Oregon says I'm allowed now to say I'm non-binary. Excuse me? Yeah, you see how stupid that is? That's the whiny pansy-ass millennial snowflakes out there trying to, undermine the whole aspect of humanity. I'm not male or female. I'm not this. I'm not that. I identify as this, and I identify as making $1 million a year. Where is it? I identify as a rich man. Where's my money? Do you see the mental... I'll be nice. And I'll just say this. The safe space wanting whiny pansy-ass millennial snowflakes are the dumbest people on the face of the planet, period. There you go. I've said it. I don't care. You guys can get pissed off all you want. I don't give a crap. Now, White House shows no sign of reopening Paris climate talks. Trump is destroying the cult of climate change. Yay! It's all a fraud anyway. Since I mentioned that headline, I'll go ahead and put that on American Liberty Radio podcast for you guys to take a look at. Well, climate change and global warming is real. Climate change. Global warming. Let me sum it up in one word for you. Weather. Climate change has happened for millions of years. Had nothing to do with us because we weren't, come on. Really? Cow farts in California is destroying the ozone level? Or really? Are you serious? Anyway. Twitter blasts CNN for saying Flint stabber, quote, said something in Aramaic, unquote. Reports indicated that witnesses heard the stabber shout Allahu Akbar before he attacked, but CNN chose to write something in Aramaic instead, or Arabic. There we go. That's the word. Yeah, so they're not telling you CNN is fake news. CNN is done. CNN is worthless. They want to spin. They want to not tell you the truth, and give you all the bull. They don't care. So because I mentioned that, I'm going to put that on American Liberty Radio podcast. There's a lot that you have to really understand, folks. And to come to that understanding of what's happening, we have to clear ourselves and just clear ourselves of all the delusions that people have, had in their own little tiny personal space and have conveyed that delusion to you to indoctrinate you of their delusions. We have to just get rid of all that. We have to think for ourselves. We have to put our eyes on something, focus on those things, and say, you know what? I'm going to look at this myself, piss on everybody else. This is what I want to look at. And I'm going to dig and dig and dig until I find the answers. That's what American Liberty Radio Network does. That's what I do. I'm the window washer, chief bottle washer around here. So, hey, I'm the only one in this operation. And sometimes I read you the articles for the first time that I'm seeing them. So I'm not, I don't have any preconceived ideas as to what these articles are. Like Twitter blasts CNN for saying Flint stabber said something in Aramaic. The Daily Caller reports this. CNN Twitter account tried to get away with saying the Flint airport stabber said something in Arabic right before he attacked a policeman, but fellow social media users quickly corrected the network Wednesday. Reports indicated that witnesses heard the stabber shout Allahu Akbar before he attacked, but CNN chose to write, quote-unquote, something in Arabic instead. So there you go. I'm putting that's on American Liberty Radio podcast. And so there you go. We have to look at all this stuff. Well, I don't want to do that. I like everything the way it is. In your little safe space filled with delusional preconceived ideas that you've created on your own to mask everything going on, to put a veil over everything else so that you can stay in a more positive mindset and all. Yeah, don't give me that crap. I'm done with it. I'm done with the bull crap, period. Okay? The world has gone to hell, and we're in the handbasket. You know what I'm saying? So just shut your damn mouth, stop being so damn stupid, and get out there and learn something. I'll be back right after this, okay? This is American Liberty Radio Network. AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. You know what you want. You want the truth. You want the facts. Without all the BS. American Liberty Radio Network. AmericanLibertyRadio.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Distorted Reality. I am your host, Nick Tucker, and I welcome you to the broadcast
Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker. DistortedReality.podbean.com and Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker on American Liberty Radio Network.
There's a show that's not afraid to ask questions no one else will ask. Not afraid to say
what no one else will say.
Friday nights at 7 p.m. Listen to Restricted Airspace with Tina Marie, where no topic is off limits. Conspiracy theories, paranormal activities, hoaxes, the unexplained. It's what we talk about. Question everything. Trust no one. Restricted Airspace with Tina Marie. Friday at 7 p.m. on the KCOR Digital Radio Network out of Las Vegas, Nevada.
Hey folks, welcome back. This is the American Liberty Radio Network podcast, right here daily for you. This is the 22nd of June, 2017. How y'all doing? Hey, tonight, yay, I figured something out, and I've got a way to have a guest on the show. Yay. Because I'm smart like that, okay? I use a brain. I graduated high school. I know how to do these things, folks, okay? I make fun of myself because, other people do, so why not me? So anyway, there is going to be a live show tonight. The Truth Experience. The Truth Experience, right here on American Liberty Radio Network, right here on Spreaker.com and at thetruthexperience.weebly.com. So, yes, The Truth Experience tonight. Oh, did I say there was going to be a guest? Yeah. Yes, there is. It's going to be one and only Mr. Nick Tucker from Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker on Facebook, on gab.ai, on Twitter, on distortedreality.podbean.com. Yes. Mr. Nick Tucker from Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker on tonight on The Truth Experience. I have no idea what we're going to talk about. And yeah. So that's going to be enlightening to my listeners right here in Billings, Montana. Hey, anybody in Billings, Montana right now listening to the sound of my voice, you are invited to become an advertiser on American Liberty Radio Network. If you have any questions, please go to AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. Go to the sponsors page. All of your information that you need to know is right there. And there's an option for you if you don't want to advertise, but you want to just promote a few things. That's okay. You can do that. That's fine. That's one option you have. The other option you have is to become a patron. Drop $1 in the kitty to help us keep the lights on around here. And if some of you advertise, some of you companies out there need voiceovers for your advertising, hey, right here, yours truly, contact me. If you have any questions about any of that, please go to AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com or email me at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. So, wake up, Billings, Montana. Things are changing all around, as I said in the first segment. So next week, I will have the American Liberty Radio Network podcast on in the evenings. And the reason why I'm doing that, there's a lot of reasons. Life changes, things. But basically, the number one reason is I'm a little more relaxed. I get up in the morning, I got to get my coffee, man. I'm walking around like, let me go. Yeah, I'm just, and I'm nothing without my coffee, okay? I'm just like, holy crap, So, and speaking of coffee, I got some right here, right there. I'm rubbing the cup next to the microphone, Speaking of which, I love coffee. I just saw a thing today, and I think I put it out there on my Facebook page, but it said people that drink black coffee are psychopaths. I'm like, what? Whoa, hey, wait a minute. Yeah. It's, yeah. Excuse me? People that drink black coffee are psychopaths. What? I don't know, man. Yeah, it says right here. Here, let me, oh, crap. I think I saw it, but I didn't. Let me, try to find it now. I had it on, I think I shared it on my personal Facebook page. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, never mind. But yeah, go look that up. Go to startpage.com. Look up people drink black coffee are psychopaths. Go look that up. That's, oh my God. What? I drink black coffee every day and I'm laughing. Is it because I'm crazy? No, it's because I like black coffee. Speaking of which, I know, drinking coffee on air. Jesus, what is wrong with me, right? Gomert. FBI's refusal to label Scalise shooting terrorism suggests DOJ compromised by Obama holdovers. Quote, there are too many officials from the previous administration in the DOJ. Yeah, fire them all. Fire all of them. Fire all of them. Okay? Just get rid of them all. Get rid of them all. Hey, we had a special election yesterday with John Ossoff of Georgia. Yeah, I think you pansy-ass, whiny millennial snowflakes, yeah, you got your head up your ass. Okay? Because you people are just completely, talk about psychopaths. Dem deja vu. Crying libs relive election defeat following Ossoff's loss. Liberal tears flow freely as Democrat Party implosion intensifies. Yeah, because the Democrats are nothing but criminals. A familiar scene played out Tuesday night following the defeat of so-called Trump slayer John Ossoff in Georgia, as if reliving the 2016 presidential election defeat of Hillary Clinton, where scores of supporters broke down over Trump's victory. Crying Democrats in Georgia consoled each other after failing to secure a predominantly red congressional district. Hopes are high Ossoff and others around the country could prevail, or hopes were high, that they could prevail in Republican districts and start reversing the Trump tide. But when that didn't happen, attendees at the election watch party in Atlanta cried salty but delicious liberal tears of distress. Lots and lots of pictures, folks. The Democrat Party essentially at this point is just name only. It's the Democrat Party is over. The Democrat Party is crushed. The Democrats, the socialists, the Marxists, all those people on that side, including some of the Republicans, I should say about 50% of the Republicans, they're done. They're completely done. I don't care what you think. I really don't care. Because when you look, just forget everything else and just look at it. Just examine what's going on. Don't even think about it. Just look and just see what's going on. And you'll see that the Democrat Party is completely and utterly done. It's over. So is the mainstream propaganda media. They're over too. They are done. They are finished. Okay? I'm going to put this up on American Liberty Radio podcast. Alternative media king Alex Jones triggers the establishment media as InfoWars releases more secretly taped Megyn Kelly audio to the public. Yeah, There you go. She's done too. She was a closeted liberal over at Fox News. I say that, but that's pretty much what she was. Yeah, she's done. She's done. Somebody got to her before all this stuff started happening, just like they got to Glenn Beck when he was over at Fox Business News. Okay. And I'm gonna find that video, and I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna find that video on YouTube. And show you what I'm talking about. It was on one of the shows, and that he was on. It was the Fox and Friends show, and he was on there, and he said he had information about FEMA camps and all of that, and he told them. He says, "I'm going to talk about it on my radio show. I'm going to talk about it on my show tonight." Blah blah blah. On his radio show, he said the same thing. He came on, and I saw this myself. I used to watch him, every day, every night, and he came on, and he spoke right, it got into his monologue, and he spoke right there to the viewers, and he said, well, there are no FEMA camps. And then he said, he walked closer to the camera, and he said, they told me to say that. And just went from there. And he backed off of that later. He said, no, there are no FEMA camps, or whatever. And the thing is that there are FEMA camps. They are here. They're in Georgia. They're in a lot of places, man. But Glenn Beck got a talking to. Someone took him out to the woodshed and literally gave him the riot act. Said, you don't ever talk about this because this is our secret and this is what we want to do. And somebody talked to him. That's why he backed off that whole FEMA camp thing. But he alluded to it on his radio show many months later about when he was talking to his other two compadres there. And he said, oh, I better not say anything. I'll get hauled off to a camp somewhere. I don't know if he was making, light of it or what. But, yeah. So, basically, well, because I told you the whole story, or, a partial, vague story of how, Glenn Beck was talked to, I'm not going to share the video, but you can go to YouTube and look up Glenn Beck talks FEMA camps, and you'll see a whole bunch of videos. Just, take a look on your own and assess what you see and judge for yourself and draw your own conclusions. The one thing that I know about how things have changed over the years that I've been doing this, and I've seen way too much to say none of it's true. Well, you people are conspiracy theorists, and none of it is, we're not doing this. Why would they? Why would our government want to do this against us? I've seen way too much evidence, way too much material, too many documents, way too many things to sit here and to tell you, oh yeah, it's just, it's nothing. No. FEMA camps exist. There are foreign military on our land right now in the country. Foreign military from Saudi Arabia, from Israel, from other countries as well. but they're disguised as other people, whatever. And this happens. And let's put it this way. A couple of years ago, I saw an article as well, and I read it, about how China sent some of their military over to Hawaii. China, communist nation, a tenuous relationship that we have with China in trade and diplomatic relations. They're an enemy. They're communist. They sent some of their military over to Hawaii to train in disaster relief. Okay? Train in disaster relief. Put that in air quotes because, hey, you can. But then last year I saw, and Infowars.com did a expose on this as well. David Knight went to Fort A.P. Hill, and they have a mock city within that base where they train. They have subway systems, dilapidated buildings, they have churches and mosques, and it's all mocked up. It's all fake. But they train their military there for urban warfare. Yeah, so let me tell you something. For 40 years of investigating and researching geopolitical issues, different cultures, different, different leaders, different regimes around the world and around this country specifically, I can tell you that when I say that FEMA camps exist, when Glenn Beck says that FEMA camps exist, but he was, like I said, taken out to the woodshed and, kind of reamed for it. When I say there's FEMA camps, when Nick Tucker says there's FEMA camps, when Alex Jones says there's FEMA camps, guarantee you there's FEMA camps. Not because we say so, but because we have the information to prove it. Okay? A residential facility. Remember those two words, because when Jesse Ventura had his show Conspiracy Theory, him and I believe Alex Jones went out to one of these family residential facilities with barbed wire. It's a FEMA camp, folks. It's a camp. It's a camp. It's an internment camp. Let me be specific. This stuff is real, folks. And you pansy-ass, whiny millennial snowflakes out there better get used to the fact that, well, it's the truth with the facts. And if you want to, come against me and yell and scream and whatever you want to do, you know what? 3 words for you there, snowflake. Bring it on. I'll nail you to the wall with the truth and facts every single day of your life, and I will make your life a living hell with the truth and the facts. And if you don't like it, you better understand that there is nothing in this world and in the narrative that's going on here in the United States of America, specifically from Washington, D.C., there is nothing more than bullcrap coming out of there, including in your mainstream propaganda media. You're going to get the truth and the facts from me, from Nick Tucker, from Alex Jones, from Michael Savage. You're going to get the truth and the facts, whether you like it or not. Snowflake. So, do what you want. Now, I cannot and I gotta calm down now. I gotta go in my zen. Gotta, gotta release the negativity. Dan Lyman, Infowars.com, 22nd of June, 2017. Central European nations forming new anti-migrant defense coalition, civil military alliance emerging in defiance of EU globalists. That's what should happen here. Together, how many in the United States, and somebody's going to have to crunch the numbers on this because I have no idea, and I could go look this up as well, and I will after the show. But how many militia members total in every state do we have nationwide? How many militia members? And I'm not counting, I don't want, just take that full number. Nationwide in the United States, minus, a few percentage points. Because you got people in there that aren't serious about it, that just go there because, they're playing Army. Kind of, remember when you were a kid, you'd do that? Yeah, so I'm talking serious militias that are here to protect the states and the country from foreign and domestic invaders and domestic enemies, respectively. How many are there nationwide? How many members are there of the United States militia per state? What's the total? We need a civilian military alliance right now. And I'm going to say it. We need a rebel alliance. I know that's kind of corny, but think about that for a minute. We need somebody to defend. We need a group of people to help us defend ourselves against the enemies, foreign and domestic. We need it. I don't see anything wrong with it. It's called militia for a reason, because when you have your current National Guard folks in the states that are called up to go to other countries, then who's going to be here to protect us? We need these people here, period. I've said it before. If somebody said, hey, we've got 50 people over here and we need a leader and we understand you've got the experience to do it, I'm going to go, where do I sign up? Let's do this. And the militia isn't just, hey, let's, no. Some militia members, they go out and they volunteer to help with floods and stuff like that, much like the National Guard, if you, seriously. So it's not, what you think it is. Oh my God, it's, they're going to take over the state. No, that's a bunch of bullcrap. You've been indoctrinated with Saul Alinsky bullcrap. So, yeah. So anyway, we need a civilian military alliance. We do. I mean, I'm not going to take it back. I'm telling you the truth. 6 countries are forming new coalition in an effort to bolster the region's security against the flood of, quote, mass illegal immigration, unquote, from the Middle East and Africa. Defense ministers and officials from Hungary, Slovakia, Czech Republic, Slovenia, my show is heard in Slovenia, Austria, and Croatia met in Prague earlier this week to discuss the details of the Central European Defense Cooperation. Central European Defense Cooperation. That will act as, quote, the framework of civilian military cooperation, unquote, between the nations who seek to handle the ongoing crisis in a markedly different manner than Brussels and other EU member states, such as Germany, Sweden, and Italy. The Hungarian Ministry of Defense has released a statement addressing the meeting and developments titled, quote, Central Europe stands united against mass illegal immigration, unquote. Quote, at the meeting, the participants issued a short declaration which welcomes the joint action plan and calls for the interior ministers of the involved countries to finalize it in the shortest time possible, unquote. It reads, quote, the declaration takes note of the unified situation assessment, which facilitates the quick and joint mobilization of civilian police military capabilities and states that the most important task is the protection of the external borders of the EU and the elimination of the root causes of migration in the sending countries, unquote. I'm putting that on the American Liberty Radio podcast page. And I seriously think that I seriously know for a fact that we need something here right now in the United States. We need to have our militias have a coalition between all law enforcement, all National Guard military outfits, and all of that. We need that here in the United States. If they will not come aboard and help us protect the nation, we'll protect the nation regardless. And if there's people out there that are looking for a leader, hello, right here. I know how to do this stuff. We need reconnaissance. We need, I can go down the line. I'm former military. I can go down the line. Okay. So anyway, I look around and I see the insanity of what's going on. By the way, that article is on the American Liberty Radio podcast. I look around and I see the insanity of what's going on and the policies and all of that coming out of Washington, D.C., and I can tell you right now, Washington, D.C., there is, I'm going to say this, there is a lake of crap in Washington, D.C., where all the progressives have gone. They've stood around this lake. They're coming up with, ideas of how to undermine the United States of America and to get rid of President Trump and all this. Yeah, there's been talk on the fringes about certain groups out there talking about literally assassinating President Trump. I know this because I've got the information, okay? I know this. So I don't wish harm on him at all. Or Vice President Mike Pence. No. Or any of the administration in the Trump cabinet. No. What I want is to protect this country and its people from the onslaught of the insanity coming out of the Progressive Party in Washington, D.C. And I'm sure I'm not the only one in the United States that wants that. As far as I'm concerned, I don't want to do anything Washington, D.C. says. They can just cut that 10-square-mile piece of land off and throw it in the Atlantic. I don't care. We don't need a centralized government. Our founding fathers told us not to have one, but we got one. Why? Because, stupid people need one. I don't know. Why do we have one? Why do we have one? Why do we have centralized government? Why do we have a Federal Reserve and an IRS? Why do we have a central banking system? Why, a standing military? Why do we have a military-industrial complex, a private prison industrial complex, medical industrial complex? Yes. Why do we have all this? Because people have been indoctrinated with leftist, Saul Alinsky, Marxist bullcrap for a lot of their lives, and they know nothing else. I'm trying to, and I have in the past and do it now, rip away the veil to show you who's behind the curtain, pushing the buttons and pulling the handles. Folks, I'm going to have Nick Tucker on the Truth Experience tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to talk a little more about who's behind the curtain and who the real enemy is of the United States citizens. And it's not Donald Trump or Mike Pence. We're going to talk more about that on the Truth Experience tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on American Liberty Radio Network. Go to thetruthexperience.weebly.com. That's where the show will be live tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. The Truth Experience. My guest is Nick Tucker from Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker. So, folks, you know what? I got to go. I'm out of here, folks. I got to go. So, I got things to do, man. Life calls. I'm going to go live. Okay. Talk to you guys later. This is American Liberty Radio Network, AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com, sharing the truth one fact at a time without all the BS.